Hello everyone, this is Eagle Owl. I'm going to do another update on the Sarms scenario. Kind of fill everyone in on where things are at currently. I started the first Sarm, we're probably at close to 4 months now. And the first one I started was the Mk677, which I know technically it's not a Sarm. But since I started them, I've basically went through about 4 different Sarms. What I'm currently on at this exact moment is I have this scenario where they've mixed 2 different ones in one pill. It just happens to be 2 different ones that I like and want to take, so that's convenient because they're both in one pill, so I'm not taking as many pills. But the one I currently have is it's a bulk stack, and it's Lgd4033 and Mk677. The Lgd4033, I'm going to get into that in a little bit. That one is a major one to help promote building more muscle. The Mk677 is basically helps your body, promote your body to produce more growth hormone. Okay, so that's the one I'm on. Okay, and then the other one is this is basically a fat burner combo. It's the GW501516 and the SR9009. I don't want to spend forever going into a ton of detail on each Sarm, so you can just listen to what I said, and you can look them up, and there's plenty of videos where you can learn more about them. But on this fat burning stack, technically the GW501516 is not a Sarm, but there's a number of compounds that are loosely grouped into the Sarms category just because of the way that they're sold and promoted and what they do for the body. So a lot of things are loosely grouped into the Sarm category when they're not actually a Sarm. But the thing about the SR9009 is has a very short half-life. I think they said it's got like a 4-hour half-life. A half-life of a pill is meaning with a 4-hour half-life, that means when 4 hours after you take it, only 50% of its effect is still working in your body. I mean, it's 50% of the effectiveness it was 4 hours ago. So it's half of it's worn off. A lot of the Sarms that you take have a very high half-life. A lot of them got 24, 30-hour half-lives. So like if it's got a 24-hour half-life, you take one now, okay, it's 24 hours later before it's reduced to half of its effectiveness in your system. So I guess, I mean, basically you get the point. On some of the Sarms that are designed specifically for helping promote muscle, the ones that are designed SARM stands for Selective Androgen Receptor Modulator. The ones that are specifically designed to target your androgen receptors and help promote more muscle, some of those have a little bit of suppression, not to the level of a steroid, but still some. What that means is if you take it for too long, your body, however much testosterone your body normally produces, it sees that it's getting all that it needs from the outside source, so your body begins to produce a little bit less, and then it begins to produce a little bit less. And if you take them for too long, certain ones, whatever level you was producing, let's say you was at 1,000, just a hypothetical number on how much testosterone you produce. You take certain ones too long, instead of producing 1,000 on a regular basis, it might drop you down to 750. That's not drastic like a steroid, but it's still lowering it. So on some of the Sarms, they recommend not running more than a lot of them say no more than about a 3-month cycle, and then go off of them for about a whole month. And they recommend, while you're off of them for the month, taking what's called a PCT, which is a post-cycle therapy. And what that is, it's a supplement that helps bring your own testosterone level back up to the production that it's supposed to be. So you take a month to get it, to keep it back up where it should be, because you don't want to walk around all the time with your body producing less testosterone as a man than what it's supposed to produce. So that's a PCT, post-cycle therapy. On all 4 of these items that I'm taking, on 3 of them, they don't really have any tendency to suppress your own production. And so you can stay on them for a longer period of time. The only one that has the tendency to lower your own production is the Lgd4033, which is arguably one of the strongest ones. Like, if you pick the top 2 or 3 anywhere, Sarms, that always makes the top 2, probably the top 2 list. When this bottle finishes, I'll be like 3 whole months, a little over 3 whole months on the 4033. I don't want my own testosterone level to get lowered very much. So when this bottle finishes, I'm going to try to stay 1 whole month and not touch it, and I'm going to go ahead and do a PCT so that my own level can stay up. It's critically important, especially at my age. I am 48 and a half, so in a year and a half I will be 50. So that's where we are now. Before I ever started taking these, like a year ago, there for months I was going to the gym 4 and 5 times a week. Okay, 4 or 5 times a week, and when I would weigh like, let's say 186, 188 pounds. I had a little bit more fat than I do now. I had a little bit more gut, and I had a little bit smaller muscles at about 186, 188, sometimes 190. Now, to explain the difference that the Sarms do for you, instead of lifting 4 and 5 times a week, I'm often only lifting 2 times a week, maybe every 4 or 5 days. So I'm lifting not near as much as I was. Okay, I weighed myself this morning. I haven't eaten yet. I weighed 186. At 186, I have less fat than I had a year ago. My muscles are a little bit bigger than they were a year ago. So the difference that Sarms make is basically this. At about the same weight, give or take 2 to 3 pounds, my weight doesn't shoot around a lot. The lightest I ever weigh is probably 186. The heaviest I ever weigh is about an even 190, so it's right in that range. Less fat than a year ago, more muscle than a year ago, and I'm working out half as much as I was a year ago. That's the difference that Sarms make. So I would explain Sarms like this. It's better than any supplement you can buy off the shelf at a local health store. It's not as strong as a person taking a steroid. I would say it's probably about 60% of the potency that if someone was taking an actual steroid. It's probably about 60% that powerful. But you're still taking something that's legal to purchase, it's legal to take. But it definitely blows away any of the supplements that's on the market. For my own benefit, I'm going to do some poses, not showing off, but I like a video update so I can see throughout the year where I stand and what progress I've made. Okay, so I'm going to do the update. Okay, so we got front bicep, tricep, chest, okay, back, Okay, and then my favorite, back from the back. I forget which SARM. I think I heard it was the Lgd4033 that I'm taking, but one of them I was watching a video and they were saying that it can increase like an acne level, and basically I'm getting a few little acne spots, and they're only taking place across my midsection, like by my ribs. It's not my face, it's not hardly like my neck, but it's just right in here. And so that wasn't happening 2 or 3 months ago, so it's got to be one of the SARMs, and it's probably the Lgd4033. Not a big deal. It's something I can live with. But that's my current update on the SARMs for people who are curious about them. There's, like I said, there's plenty of videos where you can go out there and learn more. Today is August 1st, 2019. This is Eagle Owl. More videos to come. Thanks for watching.